to our Whiskey Fancies. I'm Chris.
And I'm Kara.
And today we have the Battle of the Kirkland Speyside from Scotchlandia. So I don't know about you, but when you go to Costco and they sell liquor, which is a glorious thing, they have these wonderful high age statement scotches.
From Alexander Murray.
And if you don't know anything about Alexander Murray, they
check into it.
Yeah, they're pretty good stuff. They basically buy batches of barrels, and you don't really know which distillery it's from. And it could be something that you would never grab on a shelf, and you're like, this stuff is tasty. Yeah. That's usually what happens.
I've never been disappointed.
No.
They always come out with some really top quality scotch. From what they can source from.
For going into it not knowing what it is, we enjoy it. Maybe if we knew going into it, that might be a different reverse psychological thing going on. I don't know. But as you can tell, we've already gotten quite into the 22-year-old. And we've had the 20-year-old for a little bit and just opened it, as well as the 23. That was actually the most current we released. We saw it in the store. So she came up with the bright idea.
We should try them all.
We would try them all.
Yeah.
She poured them. I have no idea,
right?
Which is which. So I'm kind of going into it blind.
Yeah, it's going to be a fun blind flight for you.
Yeah, I'm probably going to like them all because I haven't been disappointed.
Yeah. I could say that when I poured them, the kitchen smelled of barley. It was great. I was like, this is going to be fun. I'm looking forward to it. So,
is there a certain way you want me to go?
I don't care. You can. I just prefer to go left or right so I can keep track of them in my mind. But
makes sense. Like we're reading.
You don't have to do that.
Okay.
I'm just gonna nose through them. Feel free to do what you want to do.
Now, is my left to right the same?
Yeah, we have the same left to right. We do.
Okay. Because I'd like to
compare,
but actually sometimes that doesn't work out so well for me.
No.
Because you'll smell a note and I'll be like, that's all I can smell, and then you ruin it for me. I do. Okay. This smells very, 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 very fruity. Very, very much like raisins.
Yep. Agreed.
A friend of ours called it currants, and I was like, isn't that the same thing?
I've currently had no currants.
Currants.
Yeah.
They're in one of those Trader Joe's salads or something with currants in it.
Really?
Yeah, and I think like couscous or something.
Oh.
I just thought it was weird because I was like, why would you want raisins in a salad? Goddamn intruders.
If you aren't familiar with us by now, Chris hates raisins.
Why?
Just hates them.
Leave them as wine. Don't dry them out.
Because that smells really fruity. I do get the raisin on it. It smells nice, but I do.
Very sherry forward.
Yeah. I've been meaning to pick up a bottle of Oloroso sherry so that I can try to pick that, see what that adds to these scotches specifically, but I keep on forgetting. So.
We never make it out of the whiskey aisle.
We really don't. Still nose in, but you can go have a good time.
I like this.
But a little caramely essence on the second one.
This is...
Ooh, toffee.
It's on the sweet side, up front. At the end of the palate is where you can get the single malt barleyness to it. Mm-hmm. But it's very fruity.
Yeah, it reminds me of something specific. I don't think it's a Belvini, but it reminds me of something.
I get wood. Almost like a charness to it. Or is that just a heavily oak? It could be the barley. Does something with the wood.
I'm going to come back to it. I don't think I've ever had that one. That's interesting. I like that. But the fruit does not come across too much in the palate to me. It's very more barley heavy.
It is, but on the very beginning of the palate. You're just like a wave and splash of fruit, and then it just goes to barley and oak.
So I struggle sometimes to differentiate sweet fruit flavors. Like I sometimes it just kind of melds together. And I have difficulties pulling those apart. It does have a fruit, like a sweetness to the front, but I'm going to come back to that because I can't figure it out. Smell the second one. It has buttery.
That's completely
Is there
different.
buttery
Yeah.
smell to it? Like
This almost
butter
smells.
toffee?
This almost smells like a bourbon.
It smells like it does, but
Yeah.
also like butter toffee.
Yeah, that sweetness that bourbons have.
This I cannot wait.
Oh, it does. Oh wow, it's completely different.
That is more sharp on the mid palate. Do you get more ethanol in the middle? I do.
I don't get the ethanol.
It smells like butter though. Every time I pick it up,
It smells like butter.
right?
I get more of the darker wood
Right on the finish.
in the mid palate towards the finish.
Really?
Mm-hmm. Maybe that's what you're tasting as ethanol. It's
Mhm.
more of like a wood
Oh, there's a
tannic.
bitterness.
Yeah, it's more of like a wood.
Yep, you're right. It's taking my palate a little while to catch up to the Scotch tonight.
And these are all
Yep.
46%, so that's a bonus because Scotch is usually between 40 and 43, which is
I really like 46.
Yes.
For Scotch, I do.
why mute the flavors?
Well, other reasons. Okay, that's interesting. Have you?
I'm still in the second one.
Okay. I'm smelling the third. And the third and the second. Now, you guys are seeing them in numerical order. That's not what these have been poured in. So
She knows.
I'll
I have
reveal
no
them
clue.
at the end. It's not what we're drinking.
I've only
in
ever
order.
tried this one and absolutely loved it. So
Same. I'm really confused. Do you smell buttery toffee again? I do.
I smell candy corn, which I got out of that Starlight. It's the candy corn.
Okay, now that you say that, I can
Right?
I see it. It's really sweet on the front.
Yeah.
Let me compare. Yeah, this one's lighter.
Ooh, yeah.
This is heavier.
This is delicious.
I know what one that is.
I hope
I could be completely wrong, but I think I know which one this one is.
You better know because you already know what you poured.
I took a picture because
Okay, I was like,
I don't rely on my memory for
what is
anything.
this woman doing?
No. I don't rely on my memory for anything. I took a picture before I mixed it up.
This is very bourbon-esque.
So-
In
Is this one silky?
It is. It's creamy.
Oh,
I got a
like
creaminess
that.
to it. It's got the wood.
I taste a little bit of smoke on that. Just a hint.
A little bit. Yeah. See, I'm okay. On the first one,
I don't taste it.
no, I had a little bit of charness to it.
Did you?
I did. Like a little bit of oaky and almost like a char. And I don't know if that's what the sherry imparts onto it to
I get
create
it.
that char.
I get it when I go back.
Okay.
Isn't that weird?
Yeah.
I get it when I go back.
Because it's
Then
not
I
like these are heavily charred. They're in ex-bourbon
they're
barrels
super
for...
light, and they're Speyside, so they're super
Yeah.
light.
So,
Maybe you're subliminally influencing my taste palette this evening.
oh, you're welcome.
As opposed to me.
I give you good tasting flavors.
I'm sorry, but barbecue sauce is a great flavor note. It is.
So this third one, there's more of a creaminess to it.
So creamy. Do you think that's come from sitting in the barrel longer?
Well, I don't know. How old is this?
You tell me. You tell me.
How old is this? How much longer? This is completely different. Each one is actually completely different. The third one, here, let me just go.
Yeah.
Okay, I don't get that barley
Known as
strong from it. And it's not as sweet as the other two, because these other two have like
fruit sweetness in it.
Yeah, fruit and sweetness, not throughout. Like the first one, I really love this one, and I'm thinking that it's actually the 22 year, because that's just my jam. And if it's not, then I am just cray cray. This one is more, just sound crazy anyway. Well, we already know this. The second one, it's different. I think it has more of a tannic note to it that you perceive as ethanol, more of like that wood, bitter wood. But it has the fruitiness on the front palate, and then it just goes away.
I really hope that the second one that has a little bit of woodness that is not as immediately delicious as the other two isn't the 23. Because the 23 we can still get. I don't think we can get these. This one we can still get. So if this is the second one, I'll be a teeny bit disappointed. That one's phenomenal.
This one was, I get it. Yeah, we got it like in January or February, and I don't know when it was released. It's just whenever our Costco got it. I know that the 23 years
January,
started.
February 2019.
Yeah, 2019. No, we got it early this year, 2020. Sorry, last year. We're in 2021 now. God damn, we're old. Okay, so where do you rate? Where do you rate these at?
My best, my favorite.
Your favorite.
This is tricky.
This is tricky. I would say between the first and the third one. The first one is just a sherry bomb. That's all I can describe it. It's a sherry bomb with char. And the third one is more of a creamy, has a little bit of a vanilla and caramelness to it that I wouldn't expect from a Scotch.
You're on right. Your notes are very on point.
Okay,
Yep.
so
Yep.
by theory, the one that would be tannic, more barrel tannic, I would think would be the 23rd, but
I think you're right.
I don't know because science. I don't know.
Okay, now I totally get what you're saying. When I first tasted it, the second one tasted. I thought it was like alcohol, ethanol. Like it's not. It's barrel.
It's not
it's barrel
that youth.
bitterness.
Yes.
It's It's not youth. It's and it's not high alcohol. It's definitely barrel tannins.
But it's not like I think it's in your face. It's there on the palate. It's just not overwhelming where it gets everything else.
It doesn't
muddled.
dry your palate at all.
No.
I would say it's a more woodsy, like savory, than the others.
Yeah, I would if either the first or the third sample, if
either
you're
cool.
Or I'm cool because one is just more of a sherry bomb, and the other one is kind of almost bourbon-like.
Okay, that one tasted smoky just now. That's so weird.
Yeah, that's the barrel try. I'm thinking it's a 22, but if we can get the 1 or the 3, I'm going to buy another bottle. I know the Carlsbad Costco still has the 22 year in stock, but that's like
That's a drive.
Yeah, it's a drive, like an hour and 45 minutes.
I would drive for
2
whiskey.
hours.
Would you guys?
I would do it.
I would.
Especially if you know that you really love it, because once you see these on the shelves, you get it while you can because they're not.
Okay. Yep. I got it.
Yeah.
First.
The second one is in last place, but doesn't mean I hate it.
Nope.
It's just side by side with these other two.
So what's your first? Can you distinguish first and third?
I honestly believe that this first one is the 22 year.
Is that your favorite?
Oh man, it's a complete sherry bomb, and between the first and the third one, it's really, really hard. I'm gonna have to say that it's my first one just because it has Siri. Shut up. Wow, I know I garble, but dang. So, the first one has that cherry bomb with the char, and I just love that char, that smokiness.
That light.
That's my number one. That's my number one.
Same. We have the same order.
Yeah.
So
I'm
you
pretty confident.
The 22 was the first one.
I'm confident with that one.
You thought, what was the second one?
I don't know, because I don't know if I'm going by science in my head. That would be more oaky and tannic. I don't know.
And then, so you think this one was the third?
I'm
hopefully this one.
okay. I'm going by pure hope that this number 3 is the 23 because we can get that again. We can go tomorrow.
So that's only because you really want it. Can you get the 20 anymore? This one.
I only saw it once and it was random, and I'm not even sure what year release this is because I never saw it anywhere but that one random one.
Okay.
In Orange County.
So this is the order.
It is?
Yeah.
Wow.
So the best number one for both of us is the 22. Just like we said. And the wood barrel does come from through the 23. And the close second place is the one we've seen once. Is the 20th.
And I grabbed it.
So it's awesome. We know what we love.
Mm-hmm.
Not so awesome. We can't get another one of these. Oh, is it
Carlsbad? Carlsbad.
I'm down for
road trip.
Road trip.
Yeah. Road trip.
All right. Well, cheers.
Cheers.